Hare Krishna. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Never miss any updates.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की श्रील प्रभुपाद की हरे कृष्णा। वेलकम टू भगवद गीता कोर्स. Today we are going to discuss about 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita. In the 9th chapter, Krishna tells to focus our minds on him, and he suggests to become pure devotees of Lord Krishna. In this chapter, we will find the various opulences of Lord Krishna which enhances our devotion towards Lord Krishna. In this chapter, there are 4 sections are there. Section 1, it is from verses 1 to 7. In this glories and power of Krishna described, and in second section it is from slokas 8 to slokas 11. It is the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. These 4 slokas contains the essence of whole Bhagavad Gita. Then section 3 verses 12 to 18. In this Arjuna recognizes the Krishna as supreme person, and then the final section from verses 19 to 42. In this various opulences or manifestations of Krishna are described. Okay, there are around 82 opulences are described here. First we will discuss section 1. This from slokas 1 to 7. Here glories and power of Krishna are described. So Supreme Lord Sri Krishna says to Arjuna that by knowing the knowledge mentioned in this chapter, one will be benefited to great extent and gives great joy to the devotee. Lord Krishna says, Aham Adirhi Devanam. He says, I am the source of all the devatas and the sages. Even though they don't know, he is the source of all the sages and the devatas. There are around 33 crore devatas are there. Okay, they're in charges of the material world. Just like in our Indian government, there is Prime Minister, and then various departments are there, like Health Ministry, Education Ministry, Defense Ministry, Labor Ministry, like that many ministries are there. All these ministries are helping Prime Minister to maintain the government of India. So similarly, in the material world also, these devatas are like ministers who are assisting Lord in maintaining the universe. Okay, so he is the source. Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is telling he is the source of all the devatas. Many people think that all the devatas are equal to the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Okay, but it is never said in any scripture like that. If you read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the scriptures, so devatas are subservient to the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is only one. He is the Sri Krishna. And he says that one who knows that the Lord is unborn, beginningless, they will be undeluded among men. They will come out of all kind of delusions. One who knows Lord is unborn. Many people find it difficult to understand this concept because in our material world, we are taking birth. Without birth, we don't come into existence into this material world. That is our limitation. The limitation of this body. Body is having birth and death. but Lord is above the material world. Okay, so in the spiritual world, there is no birth, there is no death. Okay, so this is a little tricky concept. By advancement in spirituality only, one can understand this aspect of the Lord. So one who understands this aspect, Lord is saying, he becomes undiluted among men and becomes free from all kinds of sins. So that is the greatness of spiritual knowledge. Then Krishna goes on describing various qualities what he created when he created this material world. So there are a big description of qualities are there: intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, self-control, calmness, pleasure, pain, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame and infamy are created by me alone. So this is how Lord is describing what he created in the material world. Then Lord Krishna says he created the great Saptarshis, 7 sages, and 4 sages before them, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara, and then Manus. And then they created all the creatures, all the human beings, plants and animals they created, they are the descendants of the Manus. Okay, so that's how various creatures, all the creatures are created by Lord himself. That's what Krishna is telling here. So finally in this section, Krishna is telling here that Yatham Vibhutim Yogancha Mamayo Veti Tattvataha. That means he who knows in truth my glory and power engages in unalloyed devotion service. Of this there is no doubt. So vikalpena yogena, undivided devotion service. One can develop pure devotion service. Undivided means, see, generally Hindus' conception of gods is, in their home they have all the gods. They'll think that if I don't worship this God will become angry. If I don't worship this God, he will become angry, like that. So people think like that. But the Lord is only one. He is the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That's what Bhagavad Gita is telling. If you are Hindu, if you accept Bhagavad Gita as a real scripture, then you have to accept the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, and ultimately we have to agree that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so one who knows this as Krishna, Supreme Person of Godhead, and who knows in truth the glory and power of Sri Krishna, he will develop the unalloyed devotion service. Unalloyed means, generally in metallurgy this word will come, alloys. 2-3 metals they'll mix and make one more metal. That's called alloys. Okay. Our devotion will be unalloyed, without any mixtures. Only one God, and pure devotion, no material conception, no mental concoctions. Only for satisfaction of that Supreme Lord, only one desire, for the satisfaction of the Lord. This is called pure devotion. One desire, that is to please the Supreme Lord, not for our satisfaction, our happiness and all. And worshipping one Lord is called the unalloyed or pure devotion. Only he can develop that pure devotion. That's what Lord Krishna is saying in this sloka. So the second section is from verses 8 to 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. These verses are most important verses of Bhagavad Gita. This contains all the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So that's what this is called as Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. If you understand these 4 slokas, you will understand the whole Bhagavad Gita. Very important slokas. You can please open your book, chapter 10, sloka number 8. The sloka 8 is Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mattas Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. So Krishna again telling here that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. He is the one who is creating source for all the spiritual world and material world. It is said that material world is Ekamshena Sto Jagat. That means of all the creation, the material world, the world which we are living, is only 1/4. Okay, 3/4 is spiritual world. That 1/4 material world itself is infinity, unlimited. So many planets, very big universe this is. Okay, that means you can understand how big is spiritual world. It is very much bigger. That means that many jivas are the pure devotees are there in spiritual world. Very few are there in the material world. Just like in a kingdom, there will be jail will be there. There will be normal kingdom will be there. Okay, so normal kingdom is generally big in size, in population. Jail is comparatively small in size, in population also. So similarly, like this material is compared actually to a jail. Okay, so that's why it is 1/4 and spirituality is actually 3/4. And he is the source of all these unlimited creations. And everything emanates from me, Krishna is telling. Everything emanates from him. Matta sarvam pravartate. The wise who knows this perfectly engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. Okay, so it is very important to know and understand the position of Lord Krishna. Many people have wrong conceptions about the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. They think that he is any other person like us with some extra powers, like the people think. Or people think, he is a normal, person like us only. He used to have many girlfriends. This is one more conception people think. And one more people think that he is a liar, he is a cheater. Like that, people have one more kind of conceptions. Okay, so but Lord Krishna is above all this kind of material conceptions. These are our material conceptions. Okay, Krishna is above all these things. He is the one who created everything. He is the one who is maintaining everything. Just by his glance, he creates entire universe and maintains. That's the power of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Okay, so one has to understand this very clearly. It is said that in one of the Shastra, Narayana Brahma Jayate. From Narayana, Brahma is born. Narayanat Prajapatihi. From Narayana, Prajapati is born. And Narayanat Indro Jayate. From Narayana, Indra is born. Narayana Astuvasavo Jayante. Narayana, 8 Astavashus are born. And then Narayana Ekadasha Rudra Jayante. There are 12 kinds of Rudras are there. Not one. 12 kinds of Rudras are there. And all the 12 born from Narayana. Narayana Dwadashadityadaha. That means 12 Adityas are born from the Narayana. So that this sloka is explained like this. In the beginning of creation, there is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only Narayana is there. There is no Brahma, there is no Shiva, there is no fire, there is no moon, there are no stars, not the sky, not the sun. So there is only Krishna or Narayana who creates and enjoys all. This is what one more sloka is telling. Ekovai Narayana asi na Brahma, na Ishano, na Nagni, Samo, Neme, Dwa Prithvi. So like that, everything is created by him. Before he is the one, the supreme person or the primal person. He is the first person. Okay, that's the position of the Lord Krishna. And then second sloka, Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayantah Parasparam Katayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyantita Ramanchita. So here it is said that the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me, their lives are surrendered to me, they derive great satisfaction and bliss, enlightening one another and conversing about me. Here, in the first sloka, the supreme glory of Lord is mentioned here. In the second sloka, how his devotees derive great pleasure in their life. How they derive the pleasure? Their thoughts are always about Lord Krishna only. They'll think about Lord only, always. Their thoughts of pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are surrendered unto me. They totally surrenders to Supreme Lord. They don't depend on any person, any material things, nothing like that. Okay, in our life, we think that some other person will take care of me, some friend will take care of me, some family will take care of me. So this is how we depend, we surrender unto them actually. We don't surrender unto Lord. But the pure devotees, they totally dependent on the Lord. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. He was put into great difficulties in the life by his own father. He was thrown into ocean, he was thrown into fire, he was put in burning oil, he was thrown away from big mountain, he was given poison, what and all, many things happened to him. But he started dependent on the Narayana. He's thinking of the Lord himself, and every time he was saved. Okay, so this is the pure devotees that totally surrender to Lord, and Lord saves them under all circumstances. And they always think of the Lord only. They never, generally in our life, we know what we think the whole day. We think about cinemas, or sports, or politics, or some other friends, or some other people. Very rarely we remind Lord in our life. Okay, but pure devotees are not like that. The pure devotees, they remember Lord always. We are remembering many other things because we have so much attraction towards them. We have so much attachment towards them. Because of that, we are thinking of them continuously. But pure devotees, they got detached to all these things. They don't have no more attraction to any kind of material aspects of the material world. They have only attachment towards the Supreme Lord. That's why they can able to think of Lord always. So this kind of attraction we need to develop in our life. How to develop that kind of attraction? By knowing the knowledge, by practicing, by doing devotion service, by chanting holy names of Lord. Okay, by association of the devotees, one can develop that kind of interest and that kind of attraction towards Lord. Then they can think of Lord always. Okay, until our heart is filled with material things, material attractions, we cannot think of Lord like this. So we should purify our consciousness, our heart from this kind of material attractions. So they think of Him always, and their lives are surrendered, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss, enlightening one another and conversing about me. So what the devotees do, they always talk about the Lord only. They always talk about the Lord, the pastimes of the Lord, the leelas of the Lord, the philosophy of the Lord. Okay, so they always discuss among themselves, and that's what they derive great pleasure, it seems. It is the some level of tendency, this kind of tendency is there in us also, but this is towards material things. You see, whenever people discuss some gossips, they discuss with great interest, they derive great pleasure out of it. A so and so person has done this wrong thing. By telling that, he'll derive great pleasure, and then by hearing that person also derives great pleasure by discussing about the gossips about others. Or they also discuss some gossips about stars. Hrithik Roshan has done like this, Shah Rukh Khan has done like this, this thing, this star, the star, and heroine has done like this. This is a big content in the internet. India has many big problems to deal with China and Pakistan, and then internally many poverty, and then many problems are there. And people don't focus on all these things. People think about what Shah Rukh has done, what Hrithik Roshan has done, and this only their discussion. They'll forget all those things just by hearing their something about them. Okay, so this tendency is there in everybody, but this is wrongly directed towards some wrong person or wrong objects. The pure devotees, they also have this tendency, but they direct towards the correct object of worship, that is Sri Krishna. Okay, they discuss about the Lord, and that's what they derive great pleasure out of it. They'll be very happy discussing like that. So Krishna is stressing here importance of association of devotees. If you want to experience happiness of the spiritual life, you need to associate with the devotees. This is very important principle in spirituality. You cannot practice spirituality by being alone. It's not possible. This is Kali Yuga, very powerful. There are wonderful, attractions of Maya are there. Okay, you cannot alone fight with the big wave. It's not possible. This Maya is like a big wave. So one requires strength of devotees. By discussing devotees, you'll understand many things. Otherwise, you have to spend years and lives together to understand that knowledge by reading and on your own if you want to learn. Okay. So, by discussing with devotees, you'll learn many great knowledge, and then you'll derive great pleasure also of spirituality by being in devotees association. Otherwise, it is impossible. One cannot practice spirituality alone. Then, the third sloka number 10. Tesham satyuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadam buddhiyogam tan enamam upayantite. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So some people be hang doubts, how I can go back to Godhead, how I can attain Lord, I don't know anything. No need to worry, Krishna is telling here, be constantly devoted and worship me with love. Always worship Lord and worship Him with love. If you have these two things, constant worship and love, then Lord will give the intelligence. Dadam buddhi yogam tam, He will give the intelligence by which you can surrender unto Him. So you will get all the guidance time to time by the mercy of Lord Krishna. That is possible. Final sloka of the Chatusloka Bhagavad Gita, that is sloka number 11. Tesham evanu kampatam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashyam atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvata. To that devotee who always thinks of me, who surrenders unto me, who constantly worship me with love, to that person I dwell in their hearts and destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness of ignorance. So Lord will destroy all the ignorance in our life if you are devoted to the Lord. He will give the knowledge, He will give the enlightenment. To the extent you surrender unto Him, to the extent He will enlighten us. He will destroy all the ignorance in our life. This is what devotees no need to separately endeavor to attain big knowledge. Just to be devotee of Lord Krishna, seriously practice and read Bhagavad Gita, you will understand all the things in your life. That is for sure, that's possible. There are in the history also, there are many devotees who are actually illiterates. They don't know anything, but they are great devotees of Lord. Because of the devotion, Lord enlightens and becomes a great jnanis. They know everything. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, a small boy, 5 years old boy, he does tapasya. He became great devotee of Lord. He does tapasya. And when Lord appears, he doesn't know what to do, how to pray, that also requires knowledge. He doesn't know what to do. And the Lord touches with the Shanku on his head. Then he becomes enlightened. He gets the great jnana and worships, offers great prayers and becomes a great knowledgeable person. Okay, so that's how Lord destroys ignorance in the heart of the devotees. Then the third section, that is from slokas 12 to 18. So after hearing all the glories of the Lord, Arjuna understands the position of Krishna without any doubt, and he praises the Lord. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. Glorifies Lord with 11 qualities. Param Brahman is the ultimate, supreme abode, purifier. He is the Parama Satya, divine person, eternal divine person, and the primeval God, transcendental, original, unborn, and then all pervading beauty. So he understands the position. Up to now he is thinking he is friend, but he understands now clearly that he is a supreme Lord. And because Arjuna is his friend, he is not glorifying Krishna like that. He is also mentioning on the authority of the great rishis like Asita, Narada, Devala, Vyasa. So this is how he mentions their names also. They also glorifies the Lord like that, Lord Krishna. Then he finally asks, please tell me in detail of your divine powers by which you pervade all these worlds and abide in them. How you are maintaining the whole universe, how we are pervading. That means he is there everywhere. Andantarastha paramanu chayantarastham. Lord is there as a super soul in everybody, in every atom. He is there. And he is maintaining, wonderfully controlling the universe. So how you are there in entire universe? Please explain me. Please, generally Arjuna is asking for the common man. Common man to understand Lord is very difficult. Common man only can see only material manifestation like sun, the moon, the trees. Okay, these kind of things only can see. So how to understand you from these material manifestations so that any common man can meditate on you. Okay, so that's why Arjuna asking the question, how you manifest in this material world. Then the final section, that is from verses 19 to 42. So Krishna's manifestations in the material world. So here Krishna describes around 82 manifestations. Okay, so he says that manifestations are unlimited. But I can describe you some prominent manifestations. Okay, because everything to describe is very difficult. Prominent manifestations, that too only some of the prominent manifestations will describe here. He says he is the beginning, middle and end of everything. So he says, of the Adityas, I am the Vishnu. Okay, Aditi is the mother of all the Devatas, and Vishnu takes birth as a Vamana. Okay, so he mentions of the Adityas, I am the Vishnu, and of the lights, I am the radiant sun. If you see the sun, you can remember the Lord Krishna. It is the manifestation, one of the prominent manifestations of the Lord Krishna. So you can meditate on the Lord Krishna like that by seeing the sun. And of the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. Samaveda is all about music and singing, the glories of the Lord. Okay, so that's why in the Kali Yuga, the wonderful way to attain Lord is by the process of Sankirtana. So by chanting holy names of the Lord, by singing, dancing, and then by music, one can attain Lord. Okay, the Krishna is telling here, I am of the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. And of all the Rudras, I am the Lord Shiva. There are 11 Rudras are there, and Shiva is the chief Rudra, and then he is the representation of Lord Krishna only. Of the Vasus, I am the fire. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi, this is the most important. He says there are many yajnas are there. Doing japa is also one of the yajna, and that is the best yajna. And I am that japa yajna, Krishna is telling here. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. So that's why we chant always holy name. In the Kali Yuga, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Kevalam Kalau Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gataranya. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way except chanting holy names of Lord Hari in this Kali Yuga to attain the Supreme Lord. And of the horses, I am the Uchchaishrava. There is one best horse is there, which was produced out of churning the Milky Ocean. Okay, it is having 7 heads, it seems. So that horse actually taken by Bali Maharaj. He is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, the king of the demons. So there is a best horse. He says, I am that Uchchaishrava. Then of the weapons, I am thunderbolt. The powerful weapon of Indra, the most weapon of Indra is thunderbolt. Okay, so I am that weapon. That weapon is manifestation of Lord Krishna's energy only. And of the serpents, I am the Vasuki. The 2 kinds of serpents are there. One is single-headed serpents, one is multiple-headed. Okay, of the single-headeds, I am the Vasuki, the best snake. And of the multiple-headeds, Ananta. Lord Vishnu always sleeping on the Ananta, no? One snake, that's called Ananta. Balram is incarnation of Ananta. Lakshmana is incarnation of Ananta. Okay, so I am that Ananta, Krishna is telling. Among the Daityas, I am the devoted Prahlada. Prahlad Maharaj took birth in the family of demons, but he is a great devotee. Okay, I am that Prahlada. Prahlada is my manifestation. He is telling here. Of subduers, I am the time, Kala. Kala can take everything. Nobody can stop the Kala. So that is Krishna himself. And then of flowing rivers, I am the Ganges. The great Ganga river purifies all the sins of the living entities. So it is actually originated from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. During Vamana Avatara, when the Lord Vamana occupies with one leg all the 3 planets, with one more leg, he occupies the Akasha. Okay. Then his leg goes, and then it makes a hole in the universe, it seems, in the sky. So from that, water comes. That is Ganga. When the Ganga comes to this material universe, Lord Shiva controls it by keeping the Ganga on his head. So the origin of the Ganga is Lord Vishnu's lotus feet. It's a great river in the universe. And then one more very powerful and difficult thing Krishna is telling, I am the all-devouring death. Krishna is telling he is the death. For non-devotees, also Lord will be visible. They will experience Lord in the form of death, a fearful death. Okay, so that is Lord Krishna. And our sages, I am the Vyasa. So he is telling, he is the great sage Vyasa. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. So he is the one who gave us all the Vedic literature for us to practice the spirituality by understanding knowledge of the Vedas. And like that, many things Krishna describes here. And finally, Krishna tells, Yatvat vibhuti matsattvam srimad ujjadameva tattat eva gachatvam mama tedomsha sambhavam. Which means, know that all beautiful, glorious, mighty creations spring but a spark of my splendor. It is just like big fire is there. In the big fire, sometimes fire particles comes out. He says that all the creations are just spark of my splendor. Okay, so that is the power of the Lord. That is the greatness of the Lord. He is very powerful. We are very minute before Him. We need to understand and we should learn to surrender unto Him. Finally, Krishna tells, Atava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavarjuna vistabhyaham idam krishnam ekam sito jagat. So what is the need is there, Arjuna, to know all these things? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support entire universe. Just by single fragment, I pervade and support entire universe. That's how Krishna is telling his glories. So by knowing these glories in detail, we'll develop the pure devotion unto Supreme Lord. Unalloyed devotion will develop. We'll come out of all kind of anxieties, worries in our life, by surrendering unto Him. We know God is great, but we really don't know how really great God is. So, like this, if you understand Bhagavad Gita and see the world around us, then you understand the greatness of the God. That's how we'll become purified and become the pure devotees of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.